Chocks and Chockets in between Roberto for another video review. It's another Dodger one, another Jammie Dodgers one, yes. Peach and apricot this time. No nasty stuff, we're jammy enough. Yeah, so I think I mentioned in the last Jammie Dodger review. Which one was it now? Blackcurrant, was it? I think it was blackcurrant, wasn't it? I think it was, yeah. Done loads of different types recently, and and over the past couple of years, it used to just be, I think the regular one's raspberry, isn't it? You might think it's strawberry, but it's raspberry. They did do a strawberry limited edition at some point. I think it was branded unicorn edition or something, maybe. But yeah, basically they've just done quite a lot of different flavours in recent years, and the latest one, peach and apricot. Now I got this from Home Bargains. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. I know sometimes, for instance, the blue one they did, the blueberry one, it wasn't actually blueberry, it was blueberry, because it's basically just, I don't know, some kind of berry flavoured fruit dyed blue, basically. Was it a banana one, the Minions one? Yeah, it might have been a banana one. I'm not sure anyway, but that was a yellow one. Yeah, they've done a chocolate one as well. They've done quite a few. I think they did like a lime one, didn't they? I think, or something like that. Or there was a green one at some point. Anyway, they've done quite a lot. Maybe the blackcurrant one was apple and blackcurrant. But anyway, either way, I'm going to digress. There seems to be a bit of a correlation between Jammie Dodgers and Jaffa Cakes almost. Sort of. They kind of seem to... I don't know, they don't really do the same flavours, but they're just similar, you know. Yeah, cherry Jammie Dodger as well, and there was a cherry Jaffa Cake. They're not in a chocolate Jaffa Cake, have they? That would be quite interesting. Chocolate rather than... I know they do have chocolate on Jaffa Cakes, but in the top, you know, rather than a fruit filling, some kind of chocolate. Yeah, no, chocolate jelly would work though. But anyway, digressing. Getting sidetracked. All right, so there we go. Yeah, there we are. So peach and apricot looks very interesting. I was just thinking before, I was mentioning Stash Watch, the live just did prior to this. You know, peach and apricot, they're quite distinctive flavours, but they're merged together. Can you really discern where it really tastes like peach and apricot? I mean, I'm not sure. So it'll be interesting. I'm kind of expecting roughly what it'll taste like, or should taste like. But I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those where they might be able to get away with a bit of stuff here. So what's it got on the sides and the back and things like this? Well, it's got this little underlay where it's talking about the fact that it doesn't have much going on that shouldn't be there. Artificial colours, none. Artificial flavours, nope. Artificial sweeteners, nah. GM ingredients, never. Hydrogenated fats, nada. Vegan friendly, yeah. Alright, so alright, Berta's Biscuits, there we go. We're bursting with excitement to hear your comments, questions or suggestions. So get in touch, things like this, store in a cool dry place and away from strong light. And cupboard raiders. Once open, stored in an airtight container. Alright, and there's the addresses and things. So yes, suitable for vegans and vegetarians. 140 grams. Recycle with bags at large supermarkets. Does anyone do that, by the way? Let me know, because I think... No, I've noticed in Republic of Ireland bars, he says you just recycle them, you don't have to recycle them in a special supermarket type thing. Alright, so this flap's causing me trouble. Let's see if we can get around it. Let's have a look. So nutrition information, 100 grams, 435 calories, 14 grams of fat, 6.8 of which are saturates, and then per serving, 1 biscuit, 78 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 1.2 of which are saturates. Serving size 1 biscuit, approximately 18 grams, 8 servings per pack. Alright. That's the information we spoke of before. There's the ingredients there. So it's got peach and apricot flavour apple jam. So it's always just a flavouring. So it's always apple jam, other than the Chocky Dodger ones. And you just flavour it basically. Anything else of interest? Sustainable palm it's got. So I'd always look into, I'll find my finger. There we go. I always look into what sustainable palm really means, because is it really sustainable? Should it just not be used at all? But yeah, if it matters to you, I'd look into that. But there we go. Yeah, can't see much else worth mentioning. I might have missed something, so let me know if I have, but yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, I don't think there's much more to say other than that, really. Looks very nice, like the sort of orangey colouring on. You might be tempted to think it's orange flavoured, but I guess apricots are orange, or that sort of colour, aren't they? The peaches? I thought peaches are more pink, but maybe on the inside they're actually orange, aren't they? So, maybe, I think so. Can't remember now, I'm trying to think, you just can't remember. Anyway. Digressing again. Let's sort of. Let's move myself down and give them an open. So let's see what they're like inside. Right, okay, I'm going to give these Jammie Dodgers peach and apricot flavour. Jammie Dodgers? An open? Yeah, why not and why not? Yeah, so yeah, I don't think there's much more to say really, so I'll just get into it. Other than the fact there's a slight flourish, but not too ridiculous. It still makes a difference. Alright. I must say they do look quite nice like that, don't they, with the big flourishes, but as I say, that does make them look bigger. Okay, so time recording, I've done about 1,030 to 1,050 reviews. I must say I've kind of lost count because yeah, the little counter on YouTube doesn't tell me the exact amount. I need to check. But quite a lot is the gist of it. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and the top right corner for link to a place of all my other reviews, as well as some related ones such as other biscuit ones, other Dodger ones, other Jammie Dodgers. Yeah, and I don't think I've done any other peach and apricot reviews, but if I have, I might link those as well. Yeah, so after you watch this, like and subscribe, things like that. Go check us out. Hope you enjoy those too. Alright, so there we go. So 8 in the pack. It did say there'd be 8. Well, that's a not a bad smell, you know. Normally with these kind of products, kind of smell like biscuit, but there's definitely a biscuit smell. But I can definitely smell the. I guess it's peach. It smells a bit like a muller yogurt, so peach muller yogurt. Although it could be apricot, maybe an apricot muller yogurt. I'm not sure. It smells like something along those lines. Yeah. So. It's got a nice fresh smell actually. It smells quite nice and fresh. It's quite a nice smell. Peach, apricot, one or the other or both. Alright, let's take them out. So you can see not so bad on this one. Sometimes you can see a bit of a grease smell. I guess you can kind of see the grease marks on the edges actually, sort of, can't you? Yeah. But, you know, whether that's just what all biscuits would have. It's just the fact that most of them don't have cardboard trays. I'm not sure, but there we are. Alright, so quite plain underneath. It's a strange bottom, this one. Yeah, well, there we go. It's just quite plain. Yeah, look quite nice though, all the same. It's got a nice sort of top. It seems to be a bit flatter than normal. I don't know. I'm sure Dodgers were a bit. I don't know. Look a bit. Just feel a bit flatter than normal. See the jam's been a bit vigorously. Well, I don't know what you'd say really. There's been some contact, I think you'd say, between this one and that one, and it's resulted in that. But there we go. It's yeah, but you know, that's to be expected, I guess. Sort of, maybe. There's a bit of an abundance of jam in there. Yeah, I'm sure they look. I don't know. I don't think they are thinner or smaller, but they just seem. They feel that way. They feel like they're just a bit more squashed or something. I'm not sure. They do feel a bit smaller these than normal. I don't know. Maybe I'll perhaps do a check of all my old videos and I'll put a little caption on to mention if there is any difference in weight or whatever in other ones I've reviewed in the past, but they just feel a bit smaller. I don't know. Might be a good thing though, conversely or strangely or serendipitously, however you want to say it, because I feel like there's always been too much biscuit. So as long as if they have reduced anything, as long as they've just reduced the biscuit, otherwise you might think that's a bad thing. It kind of is really if they have done that, but in practice it might actually be to the biscuit's benefit to have less biscuit. So we'll see. All right, where's the old calipers? I've got them. Typically they're quite a distance from me. I have to stretch, but there we go. Yes, not knocking anything over. All right, so there we are. So yep, let's have a look. Okay, so they're a bit wider at the bottom and the top. You can see as well. So that's why they have different bottoms. Width for the bottom about 5.5. Width for the top about 5.3. But as it's not sort of flat at the sides, and there's this little rippley effect going on, so you know, not really catered for that, so bear that in mind as well. And the height of them about 1.2. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. One thing that is always the case with these Dodgers is I've always noticed, actually, strangely enough, they have quite a nice design on the top of this bottom layer of biscuits, but you can't see it. It's strange that they've got this really bland design that you can see, but in here it's quite nice. It's got like little hearts going around the edge, and there's like a little bit in the middle where the filling sits in. It doesn't go edge to edge, but you never see it. Even if you bit the biscuit, you would rarely see that bottom bit. It's quite hard to see. Yeah, let's do what we're trying to. We'll perhaps give it a chop with a knife down the centre. How about that? That might be a good idea. Okay, so it's not a perfect cut, but it's not bad. You can see here. There you go. So you can see that's what it looks like. So they've actually filled it quite well there. I don't think they're normally that consistent, but it's not bad. Yeah, but you can see there, it doesn't go all the way to the edge, but you can see that lovely heart design around the edge that you would normally never see. I quite like that. I like that little touch. Some other shapes as well, like a loaf of bread shape between them. I don't know. I don't think it's meant to be that, but yeah. But it's nice. Obviously, it's a bit distorted there. That's where the filling's overflowed a bit, which is always a good thing, I guess. You can see it's affected the top where it's been peeled off a bit. But yeah, so it's not too bad. Let's just measure the diameter roughly of the centre bit where the jam is. Let's see. It's going to be quite a rough measurement. This. I'm going to get the ruler sticky, but it's about 3.5 centimetres. And you can see there, so it's quite a thin actual bit that goes into that heart at the top. It's not very thick. It's thick enough actually, but it's not massively thick. But you know, yeah, I guess it's reasonable. It's not bad actually. It's better than I thought it was when I was saying that. But it is relatively thin. It's not as thick as you might think. But I guess it is on top of that, so maybe it's, you know, yeah. It's quite thick if you count that part as well. So I feel like having the biscuit like this, almost like a sort of jam tart affair almost going on here, so with biscuit rather than pastry. I think that would be I think these would taste really good if they were like that. So I was thinking if they did them a bit like the sort of McVitie's Blissfuls, whatever they're called, where they basically do this but have like a little smaller topper. So they just had like a little topper to this, maybe, just to keep it from sticking to the other biscuits as much. I think that would work. You know, keep this bit from having any kind of covering. I think that would work really, or at least be a lot better. But for me, with this all this biscuit on top, it's just too much. Too much. Well, normally anyway, will it be different for this one? Let's lift myself up and find out. Okay, everyone, going to give these peach and apricot flavour Jammie Dodgers a taste. Yeah, no nasty stuff, we're jamming enough. Yeah, so very excited for these ones. Got these from Home Bargains. I think they only sell them there at the moment, or at least that's where I've seen them, and I haven't seen them anywhere else. So, but yeah, got a full Dodger here. So let's yeah, let's just get into it. Give it a go. Let's do it. Interesting, the biscuit. It's quite soft. It's definitely. I noticed that they looked a bit different than normal. I don't know, just something about them looked. Could be in my imagination, but it just looked a bit different. And the biscuit is definitely softer. It's a soft shortcake biscuit this time. I'm sure it used to be harder than this. I'm sure it did. You still get plenty of biscuit. My problem with Jammie Dodgers generally almost always has been that you just get too much biscuit, and it really means you just can't taste the actual centre very well. But this one, it's not as bad, you know. I can taste it a bit better normal. I feel like I can. I don't know whether these have just been overfilled. You can smell them a bit as well. Yeah, it's a nice, subtle but nice, peachy apricot-y type smell. They're okay. They're okay. I think the filling is coming out more than normal. The normal Jammie Dodgers, I feel. Not by much, but by a bit. I don't know if they've changed these. I feel like they have. They definitely feel thinner than normal. You know, as I say, I will do a little caption. I mentioned it before when I was looking at them from the opening. I will do a caption here as well. If they have indeed shrank in some way, I'll compare them with my old reviews after the event and put a little caption to say. But if they feel like they are, they definitely looked a bit thinner to me. And well, normally when they reduce sizes of things, it's a bad thing, and I guess technically it still is. But I think with Jammie Dodgers, they needed less biscuit, and as I could be totally imagining it. Maybe it's got in my head now, and I'm just thinking, oh yes, there's less biscuit, you know. But I feel like there is in this one, and I feel like even if there isn't, I feel like you can definitely taste the middle a bit better than normal. But instead that, it might be to do with the fact that they definitely feel a bit softer than normal. There's something a bit different than normal basically about these. But yeah, the apricot, peach and apricot flavour is quite subtle still. I can taste. I guess this maybe this is what I was saying right at the start. Can I really discern, because peach and apricot's two flavours together, which I did mention before, but you can see the artificial flavours there. Yeah. Obviously concentrated or something like that anyway, I guess. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It does come across as tasting roughly a bit like sort of apricots, and there is a kind of smoothnessy, peachy type taste. So I guess it works. Overall, they're not bad. I just feel again it's just a bit too much biscuit to filling, but it definitely feels like there's a bit more filling than normal. You know, and they look very nice. Do look nice as well, as always, as Jammie Dodgers always do. But I still feel like, you know, it's the same problems as normal, just perhaps not quite as much, you know. So I think they look nice. I think they smell quite nice, actually, although it's quite a subtle aroma of peach and apricot, but it's still not bad. Yeah, I feel like the biscuit's a bit soft. It seems to be a bit less intrusive than normal on the flavour of the fruit filling. I feel like Jammie Dodgers for me are generally, well, regular digestive is a 2 out of 5. I feel like these are better than those, but chocolate digestive is a 3.5. I feel like they're not as good as those. And I still don't think they are quite as good as that, really. So even though these seem to be a bit better than regular Jammie Dodgers, it's only quite a slight improvement. So I think still for me, despite having a nice sort of aroma, you know, for what they are, you know, it's still quite subtle. And a nice flavour for what they are, and again, it's still quite subtle. I still think there's just too much biscuit to filling. and I feel like the biscuit's just too intrusive. Definitely a higher 2.5 out of 5 than the regular Jammie Dodgers, but still a 2.5 out of 5. Alright guys, let me know what you think about these ones. Leave a comment of it. Always great to hear from you. Always doing best to reply. So nice to know what you think of these, whether you love Jammie Dodgers or not, and whether you feel the same as me, it's too much biscuit. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and please like the video. It always helps. It really does. And check out one of these videos that's appearing on the screen now. And have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.